in Beaumont. We'll show you what it did in that city and what it did here in Port Arthur.
Rita at one point this week made the record books as the third most powerful storm to hit the United States, but weakened to a Category 3 as it came on shore overnight. Didn't look weak at all, though, in the Beaumont-Port Arthur area, the hardest hit area in Texas, and that's where our Josh Rojas rode out the storm.
Most of the electricity in Port Arthur was knocked out early by Hurricane Rita's outer bands. Just after dark, sheets of rain began to fall as we left Port Arthur to hunker down in Beaumont. It's about 8:30 and Hurricane Rita is starting to come in here to Beaumont with 50 to 70 mile an hour winds.
While Katrina was here, her sister Rita was overlooked. I guess the eye Rita was giving us a dirty look. Goods left cause people car wouldn't tune like a comic book. Had to keep our paper together like rings in a notebook. 14 hours in traffic, we moving slower than snail shit. Told the government we needed a wing and they gave us a drumstick. 2 weeks after Katrina, they could have prevented this incident. They threw the cloth over our eyes like they having a picnic. Only a fraction of us made it. Think of the reciprocal. Through all the rage, I had to be calm. Guess I'm a sitting bull. Lambs to the slaughter, giving niggas a FEMA check. See more ice and new grills than a 4th of July fest. Was making precipitating club, but I took a rain check. I knew having money was the shit, and these people are insects. Had to build my city confidence, but I ain't an architect. Gotta hide the bad with the good, like hickeys with a turtleneck. Now it's Houston, PA, New Orleans, all in the Metroplex. Dreads, grills, and bar, yeah, we the usual suspects. 2 weeks later is their journey back home. Rita had paralyzed my city by bending his backbone. Families with no muscle was getting told to stay strong. This real talk, I don't lie on wax like my headphones. Push help, this war store open, mama need to feed her son. Oh, I forgot, it's still weapons of mass destruction. Well, I see you didn't help the Katrina victims either. I guess Iraq was hiding us, like it smoked reefer. But forget it, you know we'll bounce back like bed springs. Since my city need help, I'm a starter like first string. We get hurt, someone dies, irony of a bee sting. You know together we bear arms, something like a shoulder sling. Now we know our president will leave us hanging just like stretch sleeves. This dude ain't Bush, he's something like dead leaves.
Most of the electricity in Port Arthur was knocked out early by Hurricane Rita's outer bands. Just after dark, sheets of rain began to fall as we left Port Arthur to hunker down in Beaumont. It's about 8:30 and Hurricane Rita is starting to come in here to Beaumont with 50 to 70 mile an hour winds. Howling winds you could hear inside the city building where Beaumont firefighters and police rode out the storm. This morning, you can see the damage those Category 3 hurricane force winds did. But as bad as things look, officials say they were expecting much worse.
We have a lot of major damage on a lot of buildings, but we have fared fairly well through the storm. We're not having the water problems that we anticipated.
But Port Arthur wasn't so lucky. Officials say Rita did much more damage there.
The lakeside subdivision, there's a lot of damage there, a lot of homes with missing roofs and walls.
Because of the flooded streets and the down power lines, we can't show you much more of the city, but this little corner is probably a good example of what the rest of Port Arthur looks like. Reporting from Port Arthur, Josh Rojas, Fox News at 9.